Welcome to part 2 of my full copywriting masterclass. In this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about direct response copywriting. Now, before you run away, everyone is teaching you direct response copywriting, and this is the most recognized idea that people have about what copywriting is. In this video, not only am I going to explain to you how to write effective direct response copy, real effective direct response copy, and not one line, actual effective direct response copy, but I'm going to teach you when to use it and when not to use it, using examples. Now, I've got 2 examples that I'm going to show you in this video, and those 2 examples, I'm going to use the exact same techniques that I'm going to teach you, the best techniques to use in a direct response email, and it will demonstrate how important it is to choose what product you write direct response for, because one email is going to be effective and the other one is not. And it is simply because of the product that I am writing for, the product that I am trying to get a call to action on. Now, you'll understand more as the lesson goes on, but this is very important. People are not teaching you this, and we'll get more in depth into it in the advanced copywriting lesson. But for now, I just want to demonstrate why using these techniques doesn't always work, because you actually have to be very clever about when you actually decide to use direct response copywriting. So enough waffling, we'll get straight into it. So lesson 1, applying basic sales techniques. Emails are the best type of copy to practice direct response, but the general rules of writing direct response copy apply everywhere. This means if you are writing a landing pages are going to use direct response. That is what a landing page is for. A landing page is designed to get a specific action from the reader, and that action is usually a subscription to a newsletter or something like that. Direct response techniques will be used in a landing page, just the same as they are used anywhere else. But we're just going to use emails because it's the easiest thing for you to practice, and it's the easiest way for you to implement direct response copy without having to mess around with the design and how it looks and different headers and all that bullshit. So your general rules of thumb is identifying a problem, agitating the reader, proposing the solution, fortifying the proposition, and then securing the call to action. And remember, direct response is all about getting a response. That is the outcome you are aiming for, nothing else. You're just trying to get the reader to take action on the link that you provide in the email. That is the whole point of direct response. So lesson 2, if you want to write a good direct response email, then you need to start building emotion in your writing. The key to making your copy convert is to spark emotion in the reader. Your copy, it needs to speak to the reader's soul, describing in detail their struggles, hardships, dreams, and desires, then using that emotional connection to manipulate them into spending money. During practice, you can pick a niche that you are familiar with to help you get the hang of it. But when doing practical work for clients, you may be required to write for an audience you are unfamiliar with, and that's when market research comes into things, which we'll get to in the next slide. For now, I just want to reiterate everything that I've just read in my own words. The importance of sparking emotion in direct response copywriting far exceeds anything else. People buy with emotion and justify with logic, and that is why if you can't spark emotion in your copy, it will not convert. And again, this is all so important when becoming a copywriter, because yes, there's a trend of volume negates everything, which it does. You send enough outreach, eventually you're going to get a client. But the problem is, if you're shit at writing copy, you will just lose that client. And I guarantee when you finally, for the love of God, get that first client, if you lose them and you're dropped back down to square one, you are not going to start outreach again. That will be the end of your copywriting career. When you get your client, you have to retain that client. The only way you can retain it is by bringing them results. How do you bring them results? By being good at writing copy. And if you want to be good at writing copy, you need to learn how to build emotion in the reader. Now, the way you build emotion in your reader, the way you build emotion within the reader is, again, sparking an emotional connection by describing their life and how shit it is. When you describe their life and describe how terrible it is and describe how miserable they are, it's going to resonate with them because they're going through a hard time with whatever it is that they're going through a hard time with. So when they're reading what you're writing about, you're going to form a connection because they're going to feel like you know them inside out. And therefore, that emotional connection will then be built between you and the reader, which further builds the authority and trust to then sell them later on in the email because you spark that emotional connection. People buy with emotion, justify with logic. As soon as you start fucking up logical thinking by making the reader feel shit about themselves, they're going to be more inclined to make a purchase on a product, which is why it's so important. Good copy is the page speaking to the reader. Bad copy is the reader reading the page. That is very important. Now, for market research, in the last lesson or in the last video, I told you that AI was shit. Now, I'd like to specify that AI is shit at writing copy. It is, however, good at presenting facts based off of human information. So you can use ChatGPT to get some really good information for your market research. And the only prompts you will ever need are right here on the screen. So what prompts do you need? First of all, if you don't understand the problems within the market that you are writing for, so when you get a client and that client does something stupid like psychic readings and you don't understand the problems within the market, this is where you will need to do market research. And the first thing that you need to identify is the problems associated with the product that your client is trying to sell. So the prompt that you can use is, what are the main problems associated with consumers in the psychic reading niche? And ChatGPT will send you a full comprehensive list of all the problems. People have lost relatives, people are paranoid that they're going to die, people are, whatever it may be, I don't know. Once you've got those problems, then you need to write another prompt asking ChatGPT to tell you what are the negative implications of those problems, giving real-world examples. It will then give real-world examples of how those problems can affect you. And you will then use that information to formulate a piece of copy that describes someone's life and how shit it is. Because you will use real-world examples to describe how their problems are affecting them in their day-to-day life. So once you've done that, ask ChatGPT how a psychic reading can solve those problems for them. And it will give you a full comprehensive list of the potential benefits of how a psychic reading could solve the problems of whatever it is that's associated with that niche. And then again, just to reiterate, ask for the benefits using real-world examples. So once you get a psychic reading, it can significantly improve your mood and make you less stressed about wondering where your loved one has gone after they've passed away. I don't know, something like that. I'm going to use the fitness niche again as an example because it's a little bit easier to explain. So what are the main problems associated with consumers in the fitness niche? ChatGPT will tell you that everyone's fat. What are the negative implications of those problems? Giving real world examples. Being fat makes you breathe heavy, it makes your ankles hurt, it gives you joint pain, you can't do physical activities. Use all that to describe someone's life and how shit it is. So how could a fitness program solve those problems for consumers in the fitness niche? A fitness program could help you lose weight and get fit. What are the benefits of solving those problems in the X niche? Give some real world examples. Well, when you lose weight, you're not going to be breathing heavy as much all the time and your joints are going to be under less pressure, so they're not going to hurt anymore. And when you get fit, you're not going to be breathing heavy all the time and you're going to be able to go out and do more activities with your family and actually have a life with your children. That's what ChatGPT will tell you. Now, that works for any niche in the entire world, whether it's property, whether it's engineering, whether it's event planning, charity. You can use these prompts to get all the information you will ever need for a direct response email. Really easy. And then lesson 4, driving action. So driving action is all about making the reader think that they will die if they don't act immediately. Bit of an extreme example, but you need to make them feel like they have to absolutely act now, or they are going to be stuck in the miserable situation that you have just described for the rest of their life. Now, you can do this by putting urgency on your call to action using these techniques. You can invoke fear into the reader. And the way you invoke fear in the reader is by articulating the fact that if they don't take action now, it may be too late. Click here now before our stock runs out is a brief example. And another way you can create urgency on the call to action is by reiterating the benefits. So when prompting the reader to take action, you need to reiterate what they'll get by doing so. Don't just say, click here now. You will say, click here to get lifetime access to my programming community before the door closes. You are reiterating the benefits of what they will get by clicking here. Click here now to lose £20 in the next 7 days before you miss your chance, rather than click here now. And all that does is it just reinforces the whole point of them sitting there and reading that email. It reinforces what you are trying to accomplish with that email, which is a call to action. And the only way you're going to get that call to action is by invoking fear and reiterating the benefits. Because when you invoke fear, you are putting them in an emotional roller coaster by making them feel like they're going to be fat and miserable forever. And then you are reiterating the benefits in the link by saying, this is how you will not be fat forever, by clicking here. And it's your only chance. Real simple stuff. So I'm going to show you 2 examples now. And I've tried recording this lesson a few times and I failed, because the first time I sat here writing it for you all to watch, and it was just a shit lesson, and your attention span's fucked. Half of you, well, 70% of you probably aren't even watching at this point. So I thought, if I sit here writing the email in silence, it's just, everyone's just going to be gone before I even get to the end of the lesson. So I finished the email and I'm just going to read it out to you and explain the techniques that I've used. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I've got 2 examples. Both examples use all the techniques that I have just explained. I don't do anything different. I identify a problem, I build emotion, I propose the solution, reiterate the benefits of that solution, and then drive action and market research. I've done all the same stuff. The difference is the product that I am trying to... The difference is the product that I am trying to sell. And this is very important. We're going to get really in-depth into it in the advanced copywriting video that's coming out soon. But for now, this should give you an idea of why direct response doesn't always work, because sometimes the product is not a suitable candidate for a direct response email. So let's have a look. Subject line, first name, you're not depressed. James, you're not depressed. You just need one of these. Why have I chosen this subject line? Because 1, it refers to the methods that I'm going to use to build emotion, and 2, literally everyone thinks that they've got mental health problems in 2024, 2025. Every single one of you thinks you've got some sort of anxiety or depression. And so, therefore, this email will get a 99.5% open rate because everyone thinks they're depressed. And it's just really easy to clickbait people. It's an exaggeration, by the way. So for the body content, you're going to start off by identifying the problem. What is the problem? Feeling like dog shit but don't know what's wrong with you. The depressed, I've already identified the problem in the title. Now we're just going to expand on it. Feeling like dog shit but don't know what's wrong with you. Maybe it's your annoying kids or your nagging wife. Who knows? But one thing you may not have considered is that you might be the problem. Now, I'm not here to belittle you, nor am I here to make you feel shitter than you already do. I just think I know exactly what's wrong in your life and what you can do to sort it out. You've immediately hooked the reader. I haven't even said anything. I've just explained very briefly the struggles and hardships that they could potentially be going through in life. They feel like shit, the kids are annoying, and the wife is constantly nagging at them. Guess what? You're the problem, and I know how you can fix it. Instantly hooked. Because everyone's got annoying kids, everyone's got a nagging wife, and everyone feels like shit because, like I said, everyone thinks they're depressed. Bang. Whoever's reading that, hooked immediately. You may be surprised to learn that there's a good chance your basic cognitive functions are fucked. That's not a guess, it's a statistical fact, and I'm going to explain my reasons for thinking this soon. Small mistakes around the house can be a good indicator as to whether or not you fall under this category. You struggle to complete basic day-to-day tasks. You leave the dogs locked outside because you forget to let them in, and you left your handbrake off, which has fucked your car's back end. These are just a few examples of the potential day-to-day fuck-ups your family has to deal with. Not only that, but I'd hazard a guess that you're feeling a regular influx of negative emotions. Constantly arguing with your girlfriend, can't be arsed going to work, and your kids prefer their stepdad over you. So what I've done here is I've built emotion by describing their life. They can't complete day-to-day tasks because they feel like shit and they're lazy, and everyone's lazy in this day and age. They leave the dogs locked outside because they forgot to let them in, which is all about reduced cognitive functions. Everyone's done that at some point. I do it weekly, leave my dogs outside by accident. Oh well, ring the RSPCA. It happens. I don't drink water, by the way. If you haven't already figured it out, this is using the basic selling techniques that I explained in the last video to sell a bottle of water. I don't drink water. I drink Red Bull, coffee, and milk. Therefore, my basic cognitive functions are fucked, and I sometimes forget to let the dogs back in the house. And you've left your handbrake off, which has fucked your car's back end. I've left my handbrake off loads of times. I've got an electric handbrake, and it's just really easy to forget to click that little button. Luckily, I haven't fucked the back end of my car, but some people might have done. And then again, just describe their situation in even more detail. You're constantly arguing with your girlfriend, can't be arsed going to work, and your kids prefer their stepdad over you. Now, everyone argues with the girlfriend. Everyone. I don't care how happy you think your relationship is. You're arguing with your girlfriend. Can't be arsed going to work. No one can be asked going to work. That's why you sat watching this video trying to learn a high-value skill, because you can't be asked going to work. And your kids prefer their stepdad over you. Divorce rates are something like 80% nowadays, so there's no such thing as two parents that are still together. So literally everyone's just got stepdads and stepmums everywhere. Everyone's just sharing at this point. And so kind of planting that idea that your kids prefer their stepdad over you is definitely going to put them in a state of emotion. So let's continue. Are you happy going about your day-to-day life feeling like shit and not functioning properly? Probably not. That's why I've got an answer for you. Did you know that even a mild state of dehydration can reduce your cognitive functions by up to 60%, indirectly causing a drop in mood and overall enjoyment of life? Let me guess, you drink coffee every morning and fizzy drinks with every meal. Don't try and deny it. Research from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has indicated that an estimated 43% of adults drink less than 4 cups of water a day, which is below the minimum daily recommendation. If that sounds like you, then we've just identified the exact reason why your wife has been cheating on you. Building more emotion and presenting facts with market research. You have built emotion by identifying their problems and their hardships, and you have now identified the source of those problems, which is being dehydrated. So now, to further improve the quality of the copy, you need to address predispositions or address concerns. In this case, drinking water is shit. I mean, there's not really much else that you can write about a bottle of water. I'm surprised I've even managed to craft this, to be honest, but drinking water is shit. Duh. That's why 43% of people opt in for a caffeinated flavour instead. I personally got sick of being a miserable twat and decided to start drinking more water. My cognitive functions improved and my overall mood became joyful. The only problem was drinking water became a chore that I dreaded every day. Because drinking water is shit. So I came up with a solution. Introducing Volvic flavoured water. Improve your cognitive functions by up to 90%. Increase your overall mood and replace your coffee breath with a burst of fruity flavour. Our newest spring and mineral water has just hit the market with over 16 different flavours to choose from. We've got a taste for everyone. Our water is crafted using natural fruits, so you don't have to worry about artificial flavours in your diet. And for this week only, we've got a special offer just for you. Buy one, get one free, so you can buy the flavour you like and try a new one at no extra cost. You can fix all your fuck-ups with just the click of a button. You don't have to be miserable forever. Offer ends 8th. Oh my god, it's ended. I wrote this yesterday. There we go. Excuse me. Offer ends 9th of November 2024. So get yours now or watch your life continue to spiral out of control. By the way, there's a flu going around in England and I'm absolutely dying. So if I keep coughing and blowing your ears off, take your earphones out, put it on loudspeaker. So we've identified the problem, which is red. We've started building emotion, which is pink. We've identified more problems and continued building emotion. And then we've proposed the solution. Once you propose the solution, you need to fortify the proposition. You fortify the proposition by solving all the problems that you have just mentioned. Improve your cognitive functions, increase your overall mood, and replace your coffee breath with fruity flavour. You could also expand on this section. I just got kind of bored. As you can tell, the quality of the copy has drastically reduced. It's gone from a decent structure of copy to just traditional bullet flavoured with water. Improve your cognitive functions, increase overall mood. That's shit copywriting, by the way. Don't ever write copy like that. It's shit. I'm going to show you a decent example soon. But you can add more to this. You know, improve your cognitive functions, increase your overall mood, and replace your coffee breath. You could add some additional lines in between all of this. Improve your cognitive functions. Keep your dogs nice and warm when you remember to let them in. Improve cognitive functions. Buy yourself that new car. Because you don't have to worry about leaving your handbrake off. Increase your overall mood. Stop arguing with your girlfriend. Enjoy going to work. And rekindle your bond with your children. And take your ex to court for custody. Just expand. The more ways you explain how your solution is going to solve their problems and the more real world examples you use, the more it's going to fortify the copy and the more it's going to build authority with the thing that you are trying to sell. And again, when you drive an action, you need to create urgency. You create urgency by saying you've got a limited time offer, it's just for you, it's buy one, get one free, and the offer ends here. Fix all your fuck-ups with just the click of a button. You don't have to be miserable forever. Get yours now or watch your life continue to spiral out of control. Same things as I mentioned on the driving action slide. All about driving action. And again, I think I use Nesbit. I can't really be arsed breaking it all down, but there's some elements of Nesbit in there, like it's created using natural fruits, so there's no artificial flavours, safe. You know, big 16 different flavours, big promises. Newest spring and mineral water has just hit the market, new. So I've hit 3 emotions there. I could probably find easy somewhere, but that's the general principle of writing direct response email. So be honest with me. Do you think that's a good email? If you've made it to this part of the video as well, show me that you've made it to this part of the video by commenting and telling me if you think I did a good job selling a bottle of water in this email. Tell me if you think it's a good email. Because for me, that is shit. Why is it shit? Because how can you build emotion with someone on a bottle of water? Now, let me explain. And I'm going to go much more in depth in the advanced copywriting video that I'm going to make. But let me just briefly try and explain why this email is shit. It's shit because the examples you use to build emotion, it's very difficult to find something that is specifically going to resonate with a large percentage of readers, right? Now, you have to, when you write in a direct response email and building emotion, it is so important that you be specific and you hit key points that will resonate with as many people as possible. Now, with a bottle of water and the problems associated with a bottle of water, which is dehydration and reduced cognitive functions, there's not many real-world examples, specific real-world examples that you can use to build emotion within the reader. The only one, and I mean the only problem associated with dehydration that would resonate with everyone reading this email is the fact that when you're dehydrated, you've got a dry mouth. The only problem is, how can you build emotion around a dry mouth? You just can't. And that is why using direct response for Volvic flavoured water would not work. Ever. Because it just doesn't. It is not the type of product that will benefit from direct response emails. Volvic flavoured water would benefit from brand emails, which we'll get to in the next video. Brand emails will highlight the brand attributes, provide value, and use mild driving action techniques like limited time offers and special offers for immediate action. But in terms of pure direct response copywriting and psychological manipulation, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work because you can't build emotion in someone over a bottle of water. It's as simple as that. You can't build emotion. So that leads me on to my second email, e-cigarette. Now you may be thinking, I'm going to come off this because I don't want you reading any of it. You may be thinking to yourself, right, you've sold a bottle of water and you're saying you can't build emotion. How the fuck can you build emotion behind one of these? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to just try and think of something. How could I possibly identify a problem associated with an e-cigarette and build effective emotion within the reader based off of that problem? Well, now I'm going to show you what I did and what I figured out. And I actually wrote this email a long time ago as a challenge to write an email selling the first thing you see. Good challenge. You should try it. Very first thing you see right now. So right now I can see a DJI Pocket Osmo 3, so I would write an email trying to sell it. Do that. Sell something. For now, I'm going to show you how I managed to write a relatively effective direct response email for this, an e-cigarette. So, that's your key, that's your colour code. I followed the exact same techniques as the last one. So, subject line, how to quit smoking today. There you go, that's your problem, quit smoking. Big one. Yo, James, are you sick of having bad breath and smelly fingers? Me too. Do you want to be free of the ash in your eyes and your unquenchable thirst for cancer? Those stinking cigarettes leaving burns on your sofa, dyeing your curtains yellow, and leaving you shivering in the cold trying to keep your home free from those little sticks of destruction. What do you actually get out of being a smoker? Ah, that's right, you're addicted. Just like I was. We've identified a problem immediately. We've hooked the reader by telling them that we can help them quit smoking, which a lot of people want to do. More smokers want to quit than smokers that don't want to quit. So how to quit smoking today. Next, we've identified a problem and explained those problems. You've got bad breath, your fingers stink, you've got an unquenchable thirst for cancer, you get ash in your eyes, the burning holes in your sofa, your curtains are yellow, and if your curtains aren't yellow, then you're shivering, freezing cold outside, trying to keep your home free from those little sticks of destruction. So now that we've identified all those problems, we're asking them a genuine question. What do you actually get out of being a smoker? Now, they know they don't get anything out of it. You're identifying a problem. Again, you're fortifying it. You're addicted. That is the only thing you get out of being a smoker. You satisfy your addiction. So that's right, you're addicted, just like I was. But if you're reading this email, then it means you're ready for change. You're sick of smelling like an ashtray and wasting $20 a day filling your lungs with toxic fumes, so now is the best time for you to do something about it. I'm sure you've already tried at some point before. The nicotine patches, those disgusting pieces of gum. Shit, maybe you've even tried chewing on a toothpick like John Cusack does. Did any of those techniques work? So what we've done there is we're building more emotion, and we are describing real life situations which are going to resonate with a lot of people that have tried quitting smoking. What are the three main ways that people quit smoking? Nicotine patches, nicotine chewing gum, or a substitute for something for you to mess with in your mouth, like a toothpick, or some people just eat 100 bags of crisps every day and then just get fat, and then they start getting targeted with fitness emails. But these are genuine solutions that are out there. Now, not only are you identifying methods of practice they have used, let me think, I lost my train of thought. So not only are you identifying methods of practice that they have used to try and solve their problem, but you are also indirectly comparing your product to other ones. Nicotine patches, disgusting pieces of nicotine chewing gum, the shit, they don't work. That's going to resonate with people because they have tried it. And the majority of people who have tried to quit smoking have done that. They've tried nicotine patches and they've tried the chewing gum. Did any of those techniques work? Well, you wouldn't be reading this email if they did. So I want you to ask yourself why they didn't work. Were the nicotine patches burning your skin? The revolting flavour of gum? Or did you swallow your toothpick and almost choke to death? Whatever it may be, I know the real reason you can't quit. You're addicted to the hit. That luxurious sensation of nicotine hitting your throat and soothing your mind. That's why you can't quit. So what can you do? Surely there must be an alternative to douse your desire for burning hot fumes. So again, it's all about just building emotion, using examples, resonating with the reader. By this point, they are going to think that we know them inside out. Why do we know them inside out? Because we've described their problems. We've described their reason for having those problems because they're addicted to smoking. We've reinforced even more problems. And instead of identifying problems, we have presumed what they're thinking. They're sick of smelling like an ashtray and they want to do something about it, but they've tried to do something about it and failed. Why have they failed? Because it didn't work. The nicotine patches burn the skin. The chewing gum's disgusting. So why can't you quit? You can use all those excuses. Oh, the nicotine patch is burning my skin. The chewing gum tastes disgusting. No. The real reason you can't quit is because you are addicted to the hit. The hit that hits your throat when you take back a drag of smoke. So how can we solve your problem? How can we cure your addiction? There must be an alternative to douse your desire for burning hot fumes. Well, it just so happens that there is. We've experienced your struggles and birthed the solution, introducing the Crystal Bar. It's small enough to have on the go, has a rechargeable battery for any situation, up to 4,000 puffs of organically produced liquid, and over 24 flavours for anyone to enjoy. You can choose from a wide selection, from a sweet fruit punch to a cool menthol ice. We've got a taste for everyone. Forget the days where you scared away the hose with your toxic breath and breathe physical attraction as you fill the room with our enticing flavours. You can sit comfortably in the warmth of your home and enjoy our environmentally friendly vapour. No more burns on your sofa, no more ash in your eyes. And best of all, our e-cigarettes are scientifically proven to be exponentially less harmful than smoking cigarettes. You don't believe me? Just take a look at what scientists are saying about our Crystal Bar. Market research, insert evidence. But before you run off to our website, we've got a special offer just for you. A special offer that can only be claimed directly from this email. For this week only, we're offering everyone who clicks this link the option to buy one of our Crystal Bars and get another one completely free. So you can buy the flavour you like and try a new one at no extra cost. Due to the success of our last post, selling over 10,000 Crystal Bars in 24 hours, this is the last time we will be offering this gift to you. So get yours now before the 10th of November and watch your addiction be soothed by our tasty vapour. P.S. Contact us and let us know how many more bitches you fucked after sweetening your lips with the crystal bar. That is an example of a much better direct response email because we've identified a problem which we can use real world examples for, which will resonate with a much higher percentage of readers than a bottle of water. How many people struggle to complete day-to-day tasks? How many people even have dogs to accidentally leave locked outside? How many people are leaving their handbrake off and crashing their car? Now, yes, everyone argues with the girlfriend. Yes, no one can be bothered going to work. And yes, everyone's kids prefer their stepdads. But other than that, what can you actually do to build emotion when selling a bottle of water? You can't. There's nothing that you can do. So we've written an email on a product where we can build that emotion using actual problems that people struggle with in this niche. A high percentage of people in this niche struggle with. And that is why this email will be much more effective than the previous one. Very important. So whenever you write in a direct response email, whenever you choose a niche to write for in practice, and especially when you get a client, you just sit back and ask yourself, is there a prominent issue associated with this product? If there is, an issue that a very high percentage of people within this niche will be dealing with, then you can write this type of direct response email to them and it will be effective. It'll see success. If you're writing for a product that doesn't have a specific problem that a high percentage of readers will have, then it is probably best for you to not try and do this because you will have very low conversion rates and your client will sack you and you'll stop making money and then you'll be out of the job, out of money. You'll never do copywriting again because you'll be miserable and it'll knock you back. So make sure you're actually identifying whether or not you can write a direct response email. If you can't write a direct response email, then you write a brand email, which is what I'm going to teach you how to do in the next video, next Monday. So in the next video, I will teach you about brand copy. Brand copy can be used for every single brand. No matter what, you can use brand copy for literally everything. It's amazing. You'll use it more than anything in the world, trust me. Brand copy is the main type of copy that you'll be writing. So I'll teach you about the different types of brand copy and the different techniques that you can use. So if you like this video, leave a comment, helps the channel, blah, blah, blah. Check the description if you want to sign up to my newsletter and get free sauce, yada, yada, yada. And then follow my other socials if you want to support my brand. Hopefully I've given you some insights now into direct response copy. Later on, after the branded copy, we're going to go into advanced copywriting. And that is going to further explain how you can identify what type of copy to send to what type of prospect. Like I just explained, you can't write direct response for a bottle of water, but you can for an e-cigarette. I'm going to teach you how to figure that out so you can get high conversion rates for your clients, retain those clients, get more scale, and actually be successful in copywriting, unlike literally everyone else that's trying to get into it. So if you found it helpful, please just comment. Just give me some engagement. I get more impressions on the video the more people comment on it. It takes 2 seconds. Like it as well. Chilling, man. Come on. Back me. It took me ages to do this. Do you know how many times I've had to record this lesson? Recorded it about 6 times because I hate fucking it up. I've been poorly for 3 days as well. Can you not tell by my voice and my cough? I'm dying. Come on, man. I'm doing this for you guys. Comment, like, share. Post a lead magnet on Reddit if you really want to. Get some more views to my channel. Thanks. Do the work for me. Come on, support me. But other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video where we talk about brand copywriting. See you all there. Peace.